Hey there, everybody. It's your girl Barbie J here, and I am back with another recap review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama, The Oval, Season 4, Episode 18, No Regrets. So, let's just jump right in because I have a busy day tomorrow and I need to get this review out. So, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed as of yet. I don't know what's holding you back, but take a moment right now, hit that little subscribe button, write a comment, and share the video. Okay? Share, like. Oh, don't forget to like with the thumbs up. All right? And don't forget that notification bell. Hit that, and it'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get started. So, this episode, I'm going to start picking it apart, right? It starts with David trying to kill Agent Kane while the car is sinking in the Potomac River, but he didn't even do that right because it looks like once David cracked the door window and got out the submerged car, he swam away and the stunt double or whoever, he got out the other end. I said, how did he get out the other end if only one window was broken? He would have had to come out the same window that David came out of. And then when you saw him swimming off, he didn't even look like Agent Kane, didn't look close to like him. And I was like, how did he get out and go out that way when the only broken window was on this side? That's all I'm going to say, Tyler Perry. I'm sorry, but if you're going to insult our intelligence, act like we didn't see what just happened, come on. Come on. What are you doing? Anyway, so we got Donna and Victoria. They're trying to talk Hunter into going to the East Room for the funeral / memorial service for Jason, who is really, it's really the cancer patient's ashes with, and we're sitting there going, where are the parents for this cancer patient? How come they're not looking for a body? There has to be a body missing in the hospital because Jason is alive. So this body that they took, who does it belong to? I'm just saying. I have to throw that out there because it's been driving me crazy. But anyway, so Hunter doesn't want to have anything to do with the mess because he knows that is not Jason. So he just wants Alonzo to come to the Oval, and they keep telling him that Alonzo is up in the East Room. So Hunter finally decides he'll go up there to get Alonzo, and they warned him that the press is there and that he can't be going up there all crazy, but Hunter doesn't care. So when he gets up there to the door, Victoria falls and grabs onto his arm, and Hunter kind of stops because all the people are watching, and he walks down the aisle and she's leaning on him crying and stuff as if she's like distraught about her son's death. And when they walk down the red carpet to the portrait of Jason, he lets go of her and lets her fall on the floor and walks out pointing to Alonzo to come with him. I said, they are a hot mess. But it could have been, when people saw that, they could have said, oh my God, he's so distraught he couldn't even stay there and look at his son's picture and walked out. They could have said that. I mean, it could have been taken that way or perceived that way. Anyway, so then Hunter and Alonzo, they go to the Oval, and Hunter wants to know where the drugs are. Alonzo informs him that he didn't get any. And Hunter questions him as to why, and if he were instructed not to get them by somebody. And Alonzo asks if he doesn't know what Hunter is talking about, not being instructed not to get it. So anyway, Hunter threatens Alonzo and tells him to go out and get them. And then to get the drugs now, and he had to get him in 30 minutes and be back, or else he'll go out there to the hood wandering around and get them himself. He said, and that wouldn't look right, would it? It wouldn't look good at all. He giving him 30 minutes. He's like, are you kidding? It's rush hour traffic in DC. Stop lying. Anyway, then we have Simone and Eli watching the services on TV, and Simone says Victoria is faking those tears. Then she takes this moment to let Eli know he better watch out for the first lady because she's a terrible person. She mentions how painful it must have been for Jason to be her child, and she's wondering where is their daughter and why isn't she there. And I'm sitting there going the same thing a lot of us want to know. So Eli never told Simone that Jason is alive. So anyway, Eli is wanting Simone to stop, but she won't. He's like, oh, come on, why are you saying that? You can't really mean that. He's doing all that stuff. And I was like, dude, stop already. Anyway, you about to give it yourself away. So anyway, But so she didn't stop, and she tells him that she knows he's cheating on her with Victoria, and he is adamantly denying it. And she lets him know about the earring in the pocket and that she could smell Victoria's perfume on him. And she also says either Victoria wants him or she's trying to make her jealous. And Eli says, ew, you know, she's like my grandma. Can you see me with her? And he gets up to leave, and she lets him know that she's watching Victoria. And he's like, I bet you are. I was like, listen to this mess. Look at him. Eli's disgusting, but he gonna end up getting played by Victoria. That's why and then he ain't gonna have nobody, because Simone gonna divorce his little trifling behind. She the type that might go to the news, so he better watch it. Anyway, now we have Sam catching up with Jason and working hard, trying to get him to realize that he's there to help him. But for some reason, Jason is not comprehending what Sam is trying to explain to him. He doesn't trust Sam. He thinks Sam sent those agents to get him. And he says, no, I sent David to get you so that we can protect you. And Jason pulls the gun out, and his pocket, and Sam is like, son, put the gun down. Come on, son, put the gun down and don't point that gun and all that. Come with me. We don't have a lot of time. Don't you hear the helicopters? They're following your car because they've driven, your car is driven through plenty of tolls or something like that. Jason did. And Jason doesn't want to go back to the White House nor to the shack. But Sam tells him that is the safest place there. So Sam tells Jason, let's talk about it in the car, but we got to go now, son. We got to go now. And Jason finally follows him and gives him the gun. So now we have Max asking Bobby why won't he answer his phone. It's Lily calling, and Bobby don't want to answer. So Bobby doesn't want to speak to her, he said. And so for some reason, Max is now showing too much concern, if you ask me, about Bobby's relationship with Lily, which used to bother him all the freaking time. So why is he pushing this now? Why the change, Max? Really, Tyler? Why you keep changing stuff up, TP? One minute he don't like Lily, the next minute he does. He's pushing Bobby to go that way. I don't know. So anyway, Lily decides to call Max's phone, and she asks for Bobby. And Max puts him on the phone, and Bobby was pissed. He didn't want to hear whatever Lily was trying to say. He told her that she made her choice and how he put his life on the line for her. And she was saying, I know. And she told him that Donald was threatening her family, and so she couldn't leave. And Bobby said that's BS. He didn't believe her. So they go back and forth for a bit. And then Bobby tells her that the VP is coming in, that he had to get off the phone. But he was lying, of course. And Lily's begging him to help her protect her family. And he basically hung up on her and gave Max back his phone, telling him never to do that again, and ended with, you're an a-hole. He said, you're an a-hole. He was so pissed at him. You know, Max has a character that's annoying. He has a real annoying character, if you ask me. Y'all let me know down in the comment section if y'all feel that same way, but that's what I feel. So then we have Dale showing up to Kareem's house to get the keys to open up the pharmacy. He sits on the couch staring at Kareem, asking if he's okay. And Kareem's like, yeah, I'm okay. And he's like, but you don't look okay. Kareem tells him to just leave and open up the pharmacy. So as soon as he leaves out the door, he stops right by the door and calls Sharon to tell her that she needs to come and check on Kareem because he doesn't look good. She tells him that she's at the hospital with Miss Nancy, but check on him later. But why do they do that? They get right out the door, start calling like Kareem can't hear you in the apartment talking about him on the phone. Hello, what is going on here? Then they show Donald helping Victoria up off the floor, and she puts on this most spectacular display of grief over her son's death for the press and the world who are watching the news broadcast. I tell you, and Donald walks her out of the room as she continues the fake tears, and as soon as the doors close behind them, she wipes her face and walks away and goes about her business. I said, this woman is a trip. Anyways, at this moment, you know that Kyle gets a call that David got away, and Kyle is pissed at Kane. And then Kane tells him that his car is at the bottom of the Potomac and that he's getting a ride back to the White House. And Kyle says, you're making my life a living hell. I was like, good for you. Anyway, then we have Alonzo walking into Alan's office, pissed about the president is asking him to get some more cocaine, and he has 30 minutes to do it. They start talking about what's going on when they should be worried about the room being bugged. They shouldn't be saying anything because they're supposed to be acting like they don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, then Alan pulls out a small bottle of Coke and gives it to Alonzo, saying it's not his, it's for the chief of staff and his boo thing. Then, so of course, Alonzo thinking it's Lily, and that's what Alan shares with Alonzo, that Kyle is Donald's boo thing. I said, boo thing? So Alonzo is like, that makes a lot more sense as to why they are so tight right now. So Alonzo thanks Alan for saving his life with the cocaine, and he leaves. Then we got Victoria and Donald. They try to talk to Hunter again, and he really doesn't want to be bothered with them, especially after they tell him that the guy they wanted to question about Jason, his name is David, got away. So he told them both to leave. So then they walk down the hall, past Bobby and Max. Bobby gives condolences, and Victoria's like, yeah, whatever. And then Donald throws him a kiss like that, and Bobby was like, and Max held him back. You know, Bobby flinched towards him like he wanted to do something. And then Max tells Bobby that Victoria went to see Eli earlier that day, and that he tried to listen to the door but couldn't hear anything. And Bobby shares that Simone thought he was flirting with her, but he tells Max he wasn't. And of course, you know, Max doesn't believe him, thinks he was. Anyway, he says she's his kryptonite. Like, he doesn't, you know, he wouldn't mess with her. Anyway, at this moment, they see Priscilla come out of her room. And Bobby's like, okay, I see something that's looks much better than, you know, Simone. So she walks into Priscilla walks into a kitchen or something, and Bobby goes and follows her as Max is telling him not to do it and tries to stop him. So, of course, he didn't listen to Max. So he gets into the kitchen, and Priscilla says she wants to apologize to him for inviting him to her house. And she stated that she had no regrets about what she wanted to do. She asked him to see him tonight after he gets off of work. And he told her the hotel in which he was staying in, and she said that she would meet him there. So he said, what about Sam? He can find her. You know, he's pretty clever. And Priscilla said she'll leave her car and all of her devices at home, and that she'll meet him there at 8 p.m. She even told him that that she will walk or take a bus or something like that. I said, excuse you, listen here, girl. She really want that ding dong, don't she, y'all? So anyway, he told her to be ready. And she wanted to know, what does that mean? And he said, be careful what you ask for, baby. I said, oh, stop it. And at this moment, Richard walks in and sees Priscilla and Bobby real close. So Bobby leaves, and Priscilla is all smiles and dancing around, all excited. And I knew Richard was going to say something because Priscilla was all on his case when he and Nancy were going through it in their marriage. And she caught him with, what is that lady, Frida or somebody like that? So Priscilla kept stopping Richard from finishing what he wanted to say to her. And all of a sudden, she's saying that she owes him an apology for interfering in his relationship with Nancy, and how sometimes you need to just keep your damn mouth shut. She said, when she gets it now, she said, I get it. And I'm like, wow, really, Priscilla? Just so you can avoid him letting you know that you're wrong for what you want to do or about to do. Then Richard asks if she has heard from Sam because he's been trying to reach him all morning, and Priscilla's like she has no idea where he is. Then Richard's phone rings, and it's Sharon letting him know that she's at the hospital with Nancy. So Priscilla asks, is everything okay? Richard says no and tells her that he'll call her and fill her in on what's happening later. Then he leaves for the hospital. So then we have Alonzo. He brings Hunter the Coke. He doesn't like it much. He took that Coke right away, and Hunter did not like it. And he said, I'll have to, that it'll have to do for now, and sent Alonzo back to the same place where they got it before for some more. And Alonzo was like, damn, okay. So anyway, so he also told them that, Alonzo, that they will be going out that night later for a ride. Oh, Lord Jesus. Alonzo better tell the chief of staff and let Donald know. So now we see Sharon and Miss Nancy in her hospital room. Nancy doesn't know why she is in there. Sharon tells her she was talking all strange. At this moment, Nancy keeps telling her that she had a bad feeling, and it's the same feeling she had with Pinky. Then Richard arrives and Sharon fills him in on what's been going on with Nancy, the pills that she was taking, and her mentioning that she have a bad feeling about Barry. And then Sharon leaves. So Richard's sitting there with her. He sits on the bed and he's talking to Nancy and asks her if she knows what day it is and what year it is and all that stuff. And then she tells him that she has a bad feeling about Barry. And I have no idea why Richard keeps telling her that Barry is fine. Why is he telling her that, especially after the Rackaducci's already told him that they killed him? They killed him. So if someone knows why, please put it down in the comment section to help me understand, because I am totally lost. Then Sharon shows up to Kareem's house. He tells her to go away, and instead she uses her key to walk in. He tells her that he doesn't want to talk to her, and that he wants her to leave. She says she's not leaving, and that he has been acting crazy the past 3 days. I said, now we only saw about 2 days, but they're saying 3s anyways. And that she said he needs to go back to work. And he tells her that she and Dale can handle the pharmacy. And Sharon refuses to leave. Kareem must have asked her at least 7 freaking times to leave. And he said, I don't want you here. She's like, you can't get me to leave. I'm staying. She feels that she is doing the right thing, of course, being there with him, because he was there for her when she was going through her stuff. And she's begging him, tell me, she's rubbing on him, tell me what's going on. And he says, just leave. Then Kareem decides to get up and leave after Sharon notices a new rug in his house. And he walks into his bedroom and slams the door. And she's like, fine, I'll leave. At this moment, Sharon says, okay, and picks up her daggone purse off the floor. I'm not sure. Why would you put your damn small bag down on the floor and not on the couch next to you? That made no sense. And anyway, somehow she sees when she picks up her handbag, she sees a bloody cell phone under the couch on top of the new rug. Really, TP? How can that be? How come Kareem and Tony didn't see that phone? If there is a new rug, if anything, the phone would have been under the rug, not on top of the new rug. Plus, I thought they used the rug in the bedroom to roll up Barry's body, and not that. Anyways, that's how it ended. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode, and I will see you guys in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.